Boys and girls, when you grow up, you'll find out that love bites and leaves scars all over your body.
And sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's good.
Yeah, well, it depends on the situation now, don't it?
Yeah.
Hey, look at here, 6:30 Time for Sports of All Sorts.
Brought to you by the Wilhite Law Firm Injury Lawyers. Go to willhitewins.com.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some Stars hockey.
Oh,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
buddy.
Your Dallas Stars have another preseason game against the Colorado Avalanche this Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock from the American Airlines Center. The regular season starts on October 9th in Winnipeg. Of course, the Stars do have some high-paid players, but Kirill Kaprizov is now the NHL's highest-paid player ever after signing an 8-year, $136 million extension with the Minnesota Wild.
Wow.
That's $17 million a year for Kirill the Thrill, as they call him, more than any player in NHL history. The deal kicks in next season and keeps Kaprizov in Minnesota through 2034, solidifying him as the face of the franchise. For that kind of money, he better have a pretty face for the franchise.
Yeah. And last night the Stars beat the St. Louis Blues 5-3 in preseason
And
action.
It doesn't count. I like it when it starts to count.
I
you
know.
Still gets
I
me
know.
excited, though.
It
Yeah.
is.
Same thing with pro football. When the games start to count, then I start paying attention.
Well, now games are definitely counting in baseball. The MLB playoffs are here. After a wild conclusion to the regular season, all 8 wild card teams were in action yesterday for game 1 of the best-of-3 wild card round. The action kicked off with the American League Central champion Cleveland Guardians falling to the Detroit Tigers 2-1. Detroit's pitcher Tariq Skubal struck out 14 in a dominant performance against the Guardians. Then the Chicago Cubs took game 1 of their series against the San Diego Padres 3-1, thanks to back-to-back home runs in that game. The rival Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees battled it out, with the Red Sox holding off a New York Yankees rally, beating the Yankees 3-1 yesterday. And in the final game last night, the defending World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers put on an offensive showcase, outslugging the Cincinnati Reds 10-5.
Damn.
Game 2 of the wild card round gets underway today. Detroit versus Cleveland at 12:08. San Diego and Chicago to face the Cubs at 2:08. The Red Sox in enemy territory to face the Yankees in New York at 5:08 this afternoon. And finally, the Dodgers will take on Cincinnati tonight at 8:08. All games are on ESPN.
Now, if the teams that won yesterday win today, then they move on because it's the best 2 out of 3.
That's right.
Aha.
And to further what Anna was just filling you in on, if the New York Yankees beat the Boston Red Sox, and they advance to the Toronto Blue Jays in the division series, the team wants to make sure that no Canadian fans will be able to make games 3 or 4 in that series.
Oh.
The team has restricted ticket sales for those potential games only, quote, to residents of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania.
Can they
What the
do that?
hell? I don't think they can.
Well, they're going to do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a Yankees rep told us that.
Somebody should call a lawyer.
I know, because there's a lot of Yankees fans that live outside of that area too. So
They're claiming that it fights ticket scalping. That's what the
Oh,
Yankees
okay.
rep told
or
CBC News, whatever the hell that is.
that's their exclusive way of saying, we'll do whatever we want.
yeah.
That's kind of shady, isn't it?
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have officially moved on from the Micah Parsons era, and his number 11 jersey has been reassigned. The jersey number now belongs to the newest member of the team's practice squad. Yesterday, the Cowboys signed veteran wide receiver Paris Campbell to fill a vacant spot on the practice squad roster after CD Lamb got hurt. And we all saw his ankle go.
Oh yeah.
A few hours later, the popular X account NFL jersey numbers announced that Campbell will be wearing the number 11 jersey that belonged to Micah Parsons for his entire tenure with the Cowboys. Now, Campbell spent the last 2 seasons with the NFC East rivals, the 2023 season with the New York Giants and the 2024 campaign with them, the Philadelphia Eagles, winning Super Bowl 59. Throughout his NFL career, Campbell has hauled in 123 catches for 1,117 yards and 6 touchdowns. We'll have to wait and see if he has an impact. because we damn sure need him to.
Had the Cowboys ever retired a jersey number? I don't think so.
I don't think they
Yeah,
have.
okay.
Huh.
Let's talk the Dallas Wings WNBA action. The Dallas Wings fired their head coach, Chris Koklanis, following a 10-34 record. Ouch. Tied for the worst in the league. This marks the second consecutive season the Wings have fired their head coach following the firing of Latricia Trammell in 2024. Now, the team announced the decision yesterday, along with a national search for a new head coach to begin immediately. Koklanis was a first-time WNBA head coach, previously serving as an assistant under Dallas Wings GM Kurt Miller at the Sun and Sparks. The team had one of the worst defenses in the league, giving up the second highest number of points per game of all the teams this season. The firing happening after the rookie season of number 1 overall pick and star guard Paige Beckers. The new coach will be tasked with maximizing her potential and building a winning team around her. Let's
Well,
hope they can do just that.
We certainly hope
Fingers
so, don't
crossed.
we?
10-34.
Right.
That's
I have a
smart.
feeling the WNBA is also going to be on a hiring frenzy for some new referees. A lot of complaints.
Oh,
coming
yeah, I've
out.
heard that too.
Yeah,
especially
calls
during the
being
playoffs.
missed.
Well, because
Yeah.
they get people that have never really done a professional team referee job
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, and they're kind of out there stepping on their wieners.
Yes,
So
because they're cheaper when they don't have the
that
experience.
is
Yep.
true, Bo Roberts. The day has finally come in the NBA. The Curry brothers will join forces on the Warriors. Seth Curry, a former Dallas Maverick and younger brother of NBA superstar Steph Curry, has agreed to a single-year free agent contract with Golden State. Seth will join the Warriors in NBA training camp later on today. It's going to be the first time the brothers play on the same team in the NBA ever. Like his brother, Seth is widely regarded for his sharpshooting. And in 550 career games, he's averaged 10 solid points on 47.1% shooting from the field, 43.3% from the three-point line. Not bad.
That's pretty damn good.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see the brothers fight during a game. Like, you touched me. Don't touch me.
He pushed me, coach. And now, here we go. Get ready for this one. There's plenty of action at Kyle Field as Texas A&M battled Auburn. However, things are pretty interesting in the stands, and Texas A&M police have issued some interesting citations and made a number of ejections.
Yeah?
A tip of the cap to Texas A&M police for having some, with most of it on social media. Here's some of it. Public intoxication. Wife unable to walk without assistance. Released to sober husband and ejected. By the way, at one point during the game last Saturday, there were more ejections than Auburn scored points.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Here's some other gems. Public intoxication, Northeast entry. Subject too intoxicated to locate game ticket, released to sober friend, and ejected. Suspect had 2 Miller Lite beers in front pockets of his fishing shirt. He was ejected.
Who wears a fishing
I
shirt to a
don't
game?
know. Public intoxication, another one. Subject unable to walk, given opportunity to call a sober friend, but he locked himself out of his phone. Arrested.
My God.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, no.
Subject had difficulty holding 3 Coors Light beers in his waistband, and he was ejected. Disturbance in section 121. Subject in wrong seat tried to fight suspect who had his seat that he paid for. Ejected. And a man was riding a horse, and another man and his dog were riding a longhorn, and they agreed to leave campus.
I remember that story.
So there you go.
Way.
They know how to party down there at Aggieland.
Yes,
I
they
tell you.
do.
All right, the freaking full file next on the Bo and Them Show. Dallas-Fort Worth's Classic Rock Lone Star 92.5. We are actually the Bo and Them Show, in case you are asking. And before we go on, we got this call a while ago.
Hey, y'all talking about the Cowboys retiring jersey numbers. There was about 5 or 6 of them, I think they retired. Troy Aikman, Jason Witten, Roger Staubach.
Let's see. Has Troy Aikman's number been retired by Cowboys? No, it has not been officially retired.
Well, ask if there's any Cowboys jersey number.
It says the Dallas Cowboys franchise does not retire jersey numbers. Instead, they have a system of reserving or holding numbers so they're not issued to new players, but they never retire numbers.
Oh, okay.
They're just not using them anymore. Basically.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be considered retiring it, though?
Yeah, yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. I learned something then.
I didn't know that the Cowboys had never retired a number because there's several players that should have had their number retired.
Yeah, like Bob Lilly, number 74.
Coming up, our first round of Ask Us Stuff questions, but now it's the freaking Fool File, and this is a familiar story that we've done several times, so here's another one. 2 wrongs don't make a right, nor do they get to drive themselves home. A married couple in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, both arrested for DUI on the same night within 2 hours of each other.
Oh, no.
Police pulled over 36-year-old Kayla McGreal just before 1 a.m. on September 20th after seeing her vehicle commit multiple traffic violations on West Main Road, including swerving from lane to lane. She showed signs of being drunk and was arrested for DUI. Police took her to the station, and her husband, 46-year-old Matthew Wheeler, came to pick her up. When Wheeler arrived at the police station, officers noticed that he appeared to be drunk, and he was.
Oh, no.
When they tried to arrest him, he, of course, resisted. Touch me. McGreal is charged with driving under the influence. Mr. Wheeler is facing charges for driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and refusing to take a chemical test to see if he really was drunk, because they didn't really need to know that. He was slurring his words. They knew he's drunk. My God.
Wow.
All right, here's a story out of Detroit. A hard-up Detroit man who was surprised with $100,000 for being nice to a social media influencer was later kidnapped, beaten, and left tied up inside a burning car by some of his own relatives who were trying to steal his windfall.
Oh, there's kinfolk for
you. 66-year-old Curtis Dixon had been planning to pawn his wedding ring to pay some bills just last month when he unknowingly ran into Zach Darrenowski. He's a TikToker with 24 million viewers who is pretending to be blind. Well, Dixon helped him out, and Darrenowski surprised him with $1,000 for helping him, and then he arranged a GoFundMe account that raised $100,000 and helped buy Curtis Dixon a new car. But the elderly man's tears of joy turned into a nightmare when his nephew, Roland Terrell Chapman, allegedly hatched a plan to steal his uncle's windfall by kidnapping him. They drove him to ATMs to clear out his cash, and they nearly killed him. Dixon was rescued, but not before he was beaten, and that's according to the criminal complaint. Isn't that horrible?
That will be an interesting conversation at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
Yeah, you think?
Yes.
Jeez.
All right. Have you ever tried crickets, you guys? Chocolate-covered crickets?
I've tried chocolate-covered ants or chocolate-covered bees.
Chocolate-covered ants you have?
I've had the grasshoppers in Mexico, which are like fried, and they've got like special spices, and they're actually kind of tasty.
They're not horrible.
Yeah. Ants, I think I could actually deal with it, but now there's a new thing.
What is it?
And it's cheese with ants in it.
Cheese with really?
This is a cheesemaker in Sao Paulo, Brazil, that has you covered if you've ever thought the cheese is good, but it needs more ants. Camila Amida, the owner of a farm in Sao Paulo, wanted to create something special to attract tourists to her neck of the woods. So she remembered that local people have been eating leafcutter ants for a very long time. So she decided to add toasted ants to one of her cheese.
They're high in protein.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so is a lot of things.
Oh, Bo.
What?
you.
I'm just
I know
saying.
exactly what you're thinking, Bo Roberts.
I wasn't thinking.
Yes, you were.
Excuse me.
Can you pass me a Kleenex?
No.
Thank you. The result is Toyota Sylvania cheese. It almost sounds like an appliance, doesn't it? Which has won awards around the world, including in France. Indigenous people in Brazil have eaten the ants alone for centuries. And a writer once called them Brazilian caviar. The ants are toasted before being added to the cheese during the forming process. And this was first made as far as 4 years ago in a competition in France, and it won a bronze medal. And Almeida was invited to show it all the way from Sao Paulo to Paris the next year in the next event.
I'll have some cheese, but could you hold the ants, please?
Yeah,
It's just cheese then.
maybe one ant. That's
Okay.
it.
Wealthy parents to be are spending tens of thousands of dollars to hire a professional baby namer to help parents find a name for their newborn little bundle of joy.
Why are you wasting your money like that?
Taylor A. Humphrey started posting online about a decade ago about her obsession with baby names, and now it's a luxurious expertise. Well, the San Fran-based consultant helped name more than 100 babies in 2020, raking in more than $150,000
Oh my God.
from cashed-up couples back when she charged just $1,500 for the service.
A sucker born every minute.
Now,
Seriously.
37-year-old Humphrey has 100,000 combined followers on TikTok and Instagram, as well as a growing portfolio of more than 500 children's names she helped choose. Her services now cost $30,000.
No.
$30,000
Oh my
because
gosh.
you can't think of a name for your own
Good
baby.
God,
Oh,
y'all.
man.
It sounds ridiculous, and it is. There are some parents to be that have money and are paying that stupid amount because they can't decide on the name for their upcoming little bundle of joy. Humphrey has a background in branding and marketing, and she's also a self-described name nerd with thousands of spreadsheets full of baby names, and for $30,000, she'll pick a name for you. I hope you name him Hector Heathcote or something like that.
I mean,
That was a
people-
cartoon character.
We talked
but-
about people naming their kids ridiculous things like ESPN
Yeah,
and TikTok. So maybe these dumbasses need all the help they can get.
Well, if you pay $30,000, I guess you have to stick with the name she gives you.
But you know what? Now I have a backup plan if I lose this job.
Yeah. I'm going to name your baby Doo-Doo Puckwing, which is a real
It
person.
is.
He's a jazz musician.
Yes, he
His
As
name
sure-
is Doo-Doo Puckwing.
As sure as we're standing here, he is a real
Oh,
man.
he
Oh,
is. Hey,
Lord.
coming up next hour, you get to pick your ticket, and all you have to do to win is choose your news. You pick the story that Bo made up, and you're going to get to pick between tickets to see Blue Oyster Cult in December at Longhorn Ballroom, or you can pick tickets to see Don Felder this Saturday at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth. Choose your news around 7:50 to pick your ticket here on the Bo and Them Show on Dallas Fort Worth's Classic Rock, Lone Star 92.5.
From the Odoo